Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your May 2021 monthly reading. I'm going to do things slightly different compared to last month. I have 2 decks worth of major arcanas, which we are going to use to get the monthly energies. Then I have the Crow Tarot, and that is what we are going to use to get the rest of the messages for the month of May. So now we're asking for the message or the main energies that are coming in for you, Virgo, for the month of May. Now, a little bit of planetary housekeeping. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. We just finished 6 weeks of no retrogrades, no major movement in the cosmos, nothing really that interesting. So on May 8th, Venus moved from the sign of Taurus into the sign of Gemini. And interestingly enough, while Venus is ruled by Taurus, or vice versa, however you want to look at it, Venus is very comfortable in the sign of Taurus. So things in your love life may have been going very smoothly. Wow. Now that Venus is in the sign of Gemini, you may find that your communication with your love or romance, if you are not partnered, you may be communicating with somebody new, and that is likely to be very fun, light, and flirtatious, because that's what Geminis are all about. I should know, I have a Sun Gemini and I have a rising Virgo, and I find lately I have been really feeling the Virgo part of me and really identifying with it as of late. So if you do not know what your rising sign is, I would suggest that you go online, and you can use any of those free ones to get your free birth chart or astrology birth chart, however you want to look at it. Go online, find it, and check out the readings for your rising sign. You may find that you identify with those, or it speaks to you much more than your sun sign. Now, what else is happening? Oh, okay, let's buckle in, because Tuesday, May 11th, I should say, we have a new moon in the sign of Taurus. So what that wants us to do is just slow down and start getting extremely clear on what we want to bring in terms of things that are tangible, especially your money. And Virgo, this is right up your alley. This is earth energy. You are known to be the farmers. So you cultivate, you work extremely hard, you identify with things that are tangible, because that is what the earth signs are about. So this new moon is not about trying to bring in your knight in shining armor. It's about getting things in order and taking time to slow down and keeping calm. I've got a couple notes here. The moon will be at its fullest point. It doesn't really become full on the new moon because we can't see it, and that is just how it orbits around the earth as the earth orbits through the solar system all around the sun. So when there's a new moon, that is when we want to start calling in things and have our new starts, because that is the new start to the lunar cycles. We have Pluto is currently in retrograde, and this is talking about death and rebirth cycles. And what is the death and rebirth? A lot of people are going through this cycle. It's not just any one particular sign. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's feeling it. And it's the death of an old cycle or an old way of doing things. So you may find things that you were once attracted to or that you enjoyed doing no longer hold that joy. There's no longer that connection. Well, that's because we are changing and our karma is changing. We have Saturn going retrograde on May 23rd, And that's going to help amplify that same karmic rebalance. Now, while all of this is happening, we may be feeling like there are blockages, something in our path, something that's holding us back. And that is us going through that transformation phase. A lot of us have been working on ourselves and trying to change. Well, this is that metamorphosis time frame, is we are changing. We're getting into the new. We're starting new, healthier habits. We are just changing. So any blocks in your path, that may be an area that you need to work on a little bit more. And then in October, when Pluto and Saturn go direct, that's when things are more than likely going to be like the floodgates opening and everything happens all at once. So those are the main two big retrogrades that we have going on right now. There will be more coming up in June. We have Mercury also going retrograde in the sign of Gemini on May 29th. Excuse me. I was just eating cheesy jalapeno popcorn. So Mercury retrograde, May 29th to June 22nd. Double, triple, quadruple check your communication. Make sure your messages are going to the right person. Make sure they're not coming across in a way that you don't intend for it to be happening. Now we can expect the pre-shadow phase for Mercury retrograde to be happening the weekend of May 19th. We'll start feeling that energy slowing down, moving backwards. We may start seeing glitches in our technology, travel plans type thing around that time. And then it will intensify as we get into the retrograde. Then it's Mercury retrograde. And this is going to be a doozy, guys. This is going to be a big one. And the reason why is we've also got a super full moon in the sign of Sagittarius happening on May 26th. Now on May 20th, the sun moves into the sign of Gemini. So there's a lot of moving and shaking going on this month in the cosmos. With this full moon though, we have for the Northern Hemisphere a visible full lunar eclipse. So this is where we're going to get hit with all of the extra emotions because full moons don't bring enough of that, right? So we want to focus on finding our freedoms, finding our belief systems, what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And with the eclipse, it wants us to close out cycles, tie up loose ends before we start really moving on. Now, this particular full moon on the 26th of May, amazing time to do any cleansing or clearing. Now, with all of the cosmos talk out of the way, let's get into what your energies, your main energies coming in for you, Virgo. We start off with the Strength card. So the Strength card does not overpower by using brute force. This is a gentler, softer energy, even though it takes a lot of willpower and grace to do so, to tame the beast. But as you can see on the very top of the figure, that is the infinity symbol. You have an infinite supply of inner strength and that you can use it and call upon that whenever you need to, and to not overpower, but to simply overcome and to be gentle while doing so. Now this figure in the Strength card here is almost always depicted as being female. Therefore, it is a softer, gentler energy. Up next, we have more feminine energy with the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess, creative, intuitive, highly spiritual, may even be psychics. So you may be feeling some of this energy kind of coming out in you, cultivating new ideas, because that is what you do best. You may be getting very creative with how you start moving about cultivating this kind of stuff. This is a number 2 card, so there is some balance involved. Now, unfortunately, the High Priestess does carry secrets. So if you are carrying a secret, you may need to have a lot of strength if you are going to continue to carry it. In all honesty, if you are carrying that kind of secret, you may want to use the power of the full moon and the eclipse together to help release that, get that out in the open, and basically get that skeleton out of your closet. It takes way too much strength and energy to be holding on to that kind of thing. So onwards to the rest of the messages for Virgo for the month of May. Okay. Way too many cards. They jumped up and tried to spin around, which is interesting. I always go through my deck before I do any readings, do an extra shuffle, make sure the cards are all upright. It's a way to cleanse your deck. It's not as strong of a cleansing as, say, using the smoke, whether it's from incense or a different herb, or however. You can use sage, you don't have to. You can use other things in order to cleanse your cards. Now, while we are getting your messages for the month of May, Virgo, let's do a little housekeeping. I did, for the month of April, I ran a little contest to see whatever sign had the most views and interactions at the end of the month, then that sign would get extra readings for the month of May. Now we're going to do this again. Scorpio won April's contest by a landslide, and I'm going to run this again. So for the May monthly reading, whichever sign gets the most views and or interactions, they will get, there's somebody at my neighbor's house. We're in lockdown, there shouldn't be anybody at my neighbor's house. The sign at the end of May for the May monthly readings will get bonus readings for the month of June. Now, if you like, subscribe, you will be notified when I do any extra readings. All right, the crows don't want to talk today. I do daily readings and extra bonuses on moons whenever there are any interesting things happening in the cosmos. Sometimes I will do a tarot reading for it. Sometimes I will do a pick a pile or pick a card reading. So you never know. You want to be subscribed. You want to be having your notifications on for this channel. Please share this video if you like it. It does count towards your views, and it helps the channel get seen. It helps any channel, and this is for any channel, not just mine. It helps that channel to get into the algorithm and get seen more. So the more you can help your sign get out there, the more views you get, the better your odds are to get bonus readings coming in for the month of June. So we're going to start off with the extra energies that are coming in. Now you've got 2 major arcana cards, so you do have a lot of very strong energy, Virgo. And I'm not overly surprised that this card came out, the Justice card. Some of you may be cuspers with Libra, so that means your birthday would fall around the 19th, 20th, 21st of September, because that is the Libra cusp. But the Justice card has been coming out a lot for the majority of the signs so far. And it talks about balance, but it also talks about karma. This is the card of karma. And we are right smack dab in the middle of karma being restored. So I'm not overly surprised that this card came out. Now, justice. This may be you seeing justice, getting involved in the justice system. You may be seeing karma playing out. Just know that if you're on the right side of karma, it's nothing to be afraid of. We now have the Emperor. This is the card of anger, war. It is very masculine energy. Justice, by the way, is usually represented by the statue Lady Justice, but is really gender neutral. So it doesn't have male or female energy attached to it. This card, on the other hand, very masculine. This is that go-getter, drive, disciplinarian. This is your self-discipline coming in as well. If you're changing new habits or old habits into new habits, you do want this energy because this is a very driven energy. There's a lot of ambition behind it. And if you need some self-discipline in order to reach your goals, this is your card. This is what you want. It's the card of Aries, by the way. So I will put this together in just a moment. You have some pentacles here, and that's not surprising, partly because you, Virgo, are earth energy, and the pentacles is earth energy as well. Now, this is one of my favorite cards. I try to embody this energy. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, the independent, single, wealthy, usually depicted as female energy. So your finances may be picking up if that's what you're looking for. You may be feeling quite independent. Now, Virgo, you generally are quite independent anyway. You may be getting a little bit of an extra boost coming in here with the Nine of Pentacles. And finally, we have the Six of Cups. Cups is water energy, talks about your emotions. This particular card talks about emotions that are happy emotions. It's looking back at something with fondness, or the keywords, happy nostalgia. This could also represent a person from your past coming in, and we do have Mercury going retrograde at the end of the month, and that often can indicate someone from your past coming back in. They may have air in their immediate chart. So when you hear readers talk about having a specific element in your chart, it just means usually your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars are generally the ones that you want to be looking at. Anything further out in the solar system does not have quite as much of an impact. Jupiter can, just because of its sheer size, but generally those are the main planets you want to look at. If you know your north node and your south nodes, as well as your midheaven, you can look at those. Your north node is kind of your course in life. It's your life plan, your life path. And right now Jupiter is moving into the sign of Pisces. So you may be feeling a little daydreamy. Let your mind daydream as long as you can still remain productive. Don't let it take over, that's for sure. So altogether, what do these energies mean for you? This is you're going to need some strength, inner strength to get through the month. And this could be some strength to shed old habits, particularly if you've been keeping them a secret. I don't see anything that would be negative. So like the Devil card, it's not like you're trying to hide an addiction, but you are wanting to break out of this cycle, and it's coming. It's going to take that inner strength to get out of it. You may have to use your gut intuition to help you find your right path. You may be asserting yourself and being far more independent, especially in terms of your finances. For a little bit more of a romantic tone, the Six of Cups I am feeling as a potential person coming back in to your life. You may have broken free from them or separated. There may have been some sort of separation due to a secret. And that person may be trying to force their way back into your life. Now, it's going to be up to you as to what you do with that kind of energy. That is a very individual type energy, and that would require, I'm getting tongue-tied, that would require a personal reading. I do those, and you can contact me through North of 40 Facebook, North of 40 Tarot on Facebook. You can contact me that way if you wanted to get a personal reading. But there may be somebody from your past coming in, and you may be feeling like this is karma or destiny helping you out. And if this is something favorable, then by all means, allow it. If not, stick to your guns and use that inner strength and resolve and drive to move towards your goals. And if that is to be independent, whether completely independent, single, not attached to anybody, or financially independent, there's some very strong hints that that is coming for you this month, Virgo. So I am going to leave this here, and I'll talk to you soon.